Hey, Dan Passarelli here. Well, I heard a joke today that I'd like to share with you. So, there's a father who is trying to teach his son the value of saving money. So, the son comes home from school and he proudly exclaims, "Dad, guess what? I didn't take the bus today and I instead ran behind it and I saved $2." And so the father said, "What's the matter with you? You should have ran behind a taxi and saved 20." Which I thought was pretty funny, but it reminded me of a heuristic called mental accounting. So, mental accounting is when you place different values on the same amount of money based on subjective reasons. And a really classic example of that is, say you're sitting on the beach, and this is going to be scenario A first. Your friend says, "Hey, I'm going to go and get two beers. There's a convenience store, a 7-Eleven down the street. What's the most you'd be willing to pay for a beer?" And you might say, "Oh, $2, $2.50, $3, right?" Scenario B, he says, "Hey, I'm going to run out and get a couple of beers. There's a Ritz-Carlton right down the street. How much would be the most you'd want to pay for a beer?" And you might say something like, "Well, $8, $10, $12, right?" It's still the same beer, but you place different values on it based on very subjective scenarios. Now, that in turn reminds me of what I think is a really good and classic lesson. When you make a trade, right? You make a trade and the trade happens to go against you. So, what do? Well, you want to get your money back from that trade, don't you? So maybe you do an adjustment. Maybe you double down. Maybe you wait until that trade expires and then put it on again so that it can work out this time, desperately trying to get your money back from that one stock. But guess what? You don't have to get it back from that one stock. It doesn't matter. The loss is a dollar amount loss, and you can gain it back from any stock, and you should always be seeking the best opportunity, right? So I thought that was an important lesson, and I hope that helps. This is Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart.